Art for me is a calling because I first of all learned how to draw before learning how to write. I'm not a very patient person when it comes to creating art. I like to exhibit. I call it madness because when it comes, it's like madness. I had told some persons that whether art pays me or not, I will do it till I die. My name is Ekpenisi and I am from Delta State. Art for me is a calling because I first of all learned how to draw before learning how to write. I started around the age of 5. I didn't know it was art, but I just know that I have this capacity, I have this ability to draw something and to also put things together. Then I used to break my dad's electronics when I became a little bit older. Some of the electronics that I see around, I'll just dismantle everything. When I was in primary school, there was no art teacher in my school. And for me, to be honest with you, I never knew that you can study art in schools, whether in primary, secondary, or higher institutions. But when I was in primary school, I designed rosters for my teachers. There's this book that I had. It was just a notebook where I had different drawings of all kinds. Then I used to look at a week magazine from Jehovah's Witness. I try to replicate the things that were there. I draw on this book and take it out during recesses. I'll show people. When I show you, Ton, you give me color chalk because then we use slate. So when you give me color chalk, I use the color chalk to draw on my slate. That was how it started, and it went on and on until I got to higher institution. That's Aochipoli. It was a bit difficult for me to actually pick an area of specialty. During my ND days, I was very good at painting, but I told myself that I want to explore an area which I feel that I am not very conversant with. So I opted for sculpture. I still do all area of sculptures, but majorly I focus on metal, and metal comes in different kinds. I also do bronzes, which involves modeling and casting. I also do fiber, but the most medium people know me for the use of my mind still. I'm not a very patient person when it comes to creating art. I like to exhibit. I call it madness because when it comes, it's like madness. I like to execute it and just see the result immediately. So there's only one form of art which gives you that, which is metal sculpture. But for you to be able to achieve what somebody who does modeling and casting do in using my style direct, you must be of a very high draftsmanship. You must understand your material and you must understand forms. Professionally, I've been practicing metal sculptures since 2008 till date. That's almost 2 decades. When an artist is given a project to execute, the artist should be given freedom to express himself. Because once you give an artist a project to execute and you're giving him instructions on, oh, this is how I want it, that's how I want it, you are boxing the artist. He can't actually exercise his full potential because he would have loved it to be this way, and because you want it that way, there will be a conflict of ideas. The artist should also know that people have a way which they want something to look like. You can now say, oh, this is how you want it, but this is the idea that would have served better coming from me as a professional artist. So you can always offer your professional advice, but if it is not taken, you do what they want. For me, the best thing artists should do for themselves is always create your personal work. Every piece you see in this studio are my personal pieces. None is commissioned. Most challenging projects I've worked on was in 2017 when I had to be the lead sculptor that created Ejanla, the big fish at Abramadeson roundabout. That piece took part of my body. I lost my finger to that piece. That was challenging for me because at the point I was like, what's going to happen to me? It means I cannot grab tools again. I was almost depressed when it happened. I love what I do passionately. Me being so passionate about what I do. Do you know that I only took 3 days break when it happened? The 4th day I started work, the hand healed during the process of execution. I was on the project for 6 months. Creativity can be taught, and also there are people who are born with the raw talent. Like in football, there's no amount of training that you will do that you will play football like Messi and Ronaldo. There's level to every creative person. There are levels to it, and every artist know that there are levels to what I can create as an artist, what the other sculptor can create as an artist, what the other painter could create as an artist. Also, you can be taught. And what I always tell people, life is not a competition. Just be yourself. If you cannot do it like Steve Ekpenisi, that does not mean you don't know how to do it. If I don't know how to do it like other person, that does not mean that I don't know how to do it. So just stick to what you do, stick to how you do it. Culture is the way of life for people. I can't be creating the culture of the Europeans. I am an African. I have to represent my culture because I'm informed about my culture. I have to tell the world about my culture. That is the reason. My immediate environment, what happens around me, how my people do things. A lot of foreigners paint bad image of us. So I use my art to correct some of those images they have. Yeah. Everything I create is by inspiration. I don't just create. I don't create because it's what other artists are creating. I create what I am inspired to create. I've created every kinds of sculpture you've seen other artists create. Birds, mammals, reptiles, insects. I've created all of them. I love forms. I love human anatomy so much. So that's why you see most of my sculptures are humans. If you want a cockroach, I can. If you want jellyfish, even amoeba that has no shape. I think the reason why people say some people are irresponsible is inability to strike balance in everything. In anything you do, you must strike a balance, because if not, there will be deficiency on one side. Family is something that is everything to me, because without family, I won't be where I am. I love my wife so much. I dated my wife for 14 years before I got married to her. She is the love of my life, and God has blessed us with 2 children. Also, my family understands that I am an artist, that I also have to devote time for my art. They too understand striking balance. So I understand how to strike the balance. They too understand, because I take time off for them to do one or two, make sure that nothing is lacking in the house. If I want to play with children, I go home every evening. I must make sure I play with my children before I go to bed. I get inspiration from a lot of artists. The first inspiration I got from being an artist was from books. Way back in school, we studied a lot about European artists, the works of Michelangelo and the rest of them. Later on, when I started practicing, seeing the works of Benewon, Yusuf Grillo and their like, I see the respect people have for the work. I see the way people look at it. In school, there's this my lecturer. His name is Dr. Kukoyi. He actually inspired my meta sculpture. My figurative sculptures has a kind of poses. There's a way their legs. I got that kind of posture from him. But right now, I have advanced on that. First of all, opportunities are something you prepare for, and you must be open-minded to key into opportunities. Opportunities don't knock on doors. You grab opportunities. But opportunities are here and there, but people are unaware. Christian says, seek and you shall find. There are artists, they don't go for art exhibitions. They don't go anywhere. The only thing, they sit down inside their studio and they are creating. They don't exhibit. They don't go for exhibitions. They don't go for workshops. They are not online on social media platforms. How do you expect to know about opportunities and to take advantage of it? You must present yourself. You must be open-minded. You must go for opportunities. Sometimes I picture myself when I'm gone, when I have done all God asks me to do. I'm creating art, not just for art's sake, but for legacies, for posterity, for people who will come behind to see, oh, these people have done this. You can see how art has evolved from what it originally used to be. In those days, they used to say Bini art, Ife art. There were no artists attached to it. They don't know the artists. The works were created by people. So, but now you can see that a piece of art has a name written on it. I believe that in that time, people would come and, oh, wow, you mean this person did this? And I hope that it will inspire them. Simple. I know that times have changed. In my time, all I did was to be myself. I continued creating. I had told some persons in my early days after school that whether art pays me or not, I will do it till I die. That's to tell you that it wasn't because of money I was doing it. Continue creating. Continue being yourself. Do what makes you happy. Because if art doesn't make you happy, you want to do it and make a living just to earn something, you'll be frustrated out of it. But if it makes you happy as you're doing it, you are happy, my dear brother, don't worry, just give it time. The sky will be your limit.